Welcome to the podcast, guys. This is episode 1 of our new podcast series. Today we're coming at you live from Loft in Japan.
Somewhere in Japan, one of those locations in Japan.
Yep, this is our best buddy's loft. He let us use it for the podcast. So yeah, hopefully...
Hopefully this works out. So, we got our coffee here. This is quality coffee.
Mm-hmm. So today we're going to be talking about just things we like to do, and fun things and things we enjoy doing.
There!
Visitor.
There. Hey, thank you for letting us borrow your loft.
Yes, thank you. Can you please get out of the podcast, please? We're in the middle of something.
Hang on, let me deal with this.
All right, let's go back.
Okay. Hopefully she'll just go away. No! What are you doing?
You're interrupting our podcast. Oh my goodness.
Dang it. Oh, this is gonna go so smoothly.
We were gonna have such a nice time.
Where is she? She's in the back. Oh.
Okay.
So you just break into our loft and you use our bathroom. We have bills to pay, you know?
Oh my goodness. All right.
Lock her in the bedroom.
Stay away. You're not allowed to leave. Actually,
you're not allowed to leave.
We want you to leave. Please leave. Alright, I guess let's get back to the podcast, Grady. We'll just pretend like she isn't here.
Alright, that sounds good. Alright. Minor interruption. Technical difficulty.
Yep. We're just gonna pretend that she isn't here.
Just ignore her. It's fine.
Alright.
Alright.
So, what is your view on Rubiks Cubes, Grady? What do you think of a Rubiks Cube?
A Rubik's Cube. They are round and squaricular. They are very hard to function properly.
That's true.
The really big ones are hard, but the easy ones are easy. Like, the hard ones are hard, but the easy ones are easy.
I could not have put it better. Could not have said it better. Great description.
I thank you.
I mean, Rubik's Cubes, I can solve like the really easy ones, like the 2x2s and sometimes the 3x3s. But I feel like when you're getting onto the bigger Rubik's Cubes, it's just a difficult experience, and it's not worth spending like 30 minutes trying to, solve something that's not really worth it, right?
Yeah, I know, exactly, because like once you solve it, like what's left to do? I guess smash it with a hammer, but I mean, even then, it's not that rewarding.
Exactly, you just put it on your desk and say you can solve it.
Yep.
They should have like a prize in the middle of a Rubik's Cube.
Yeah.
If you solve it, you get a prize.
They should have Rubik's Cube competitions. Like, people go to like places to like play Rubik's Cubes.
They actually have those. I was watching a video about it. There's like hundreds of people going to them, seeing who can solve it the fastest.
Are you serious? Oh wow, that is very nice. Very nice indeed. I might want to watch those one time. Like people watch golf on TV, we watch Rubik's Cubes on TV. Very nice.
I think some of the sports these days are just like not as interesting as just like Rubik's Cubes or something, like golf or Rubik's Cube.
I know.
I'd rather watch people like Rubik's Cube,
Like, I'd rather watch them rage over Rubik's Cube than, be sad that their golf ball got all sandy and wet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Golf is expensive too. And Rubik's Cube is just like $5 for a cube.
I know. Yeah, like with golf you have to buy the clubs and the caddy and the golf balls. With Rubik's Cube, no. Just pay up front, like $5, and then boom, you can start having pain.
Yeah, that's a good. It's a simple, easy price. I couldn't have said it better. Yeah.
Yes. Well.
All right. So, what is your view on bowling? Would you rather go bowling, or would you rather go, let's say, outside and do an outdoor game like football or something like that?
Oh no, I would rather. The things I would rather do than play a football game. No, bowling is where it's at. You can go and you can knock down white sticks with a ball. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Very rewarding too, because after you're done, you're like, you have like a point system. You see how many points you got.
Yes, and it's not confusing like golf, because with golf, the higher the points, the worse you did. Like, why is that a thing? It doesn't. It's so confusing.
I was bragging how I got 50 points in golf, and apparently that's bad.
Yeah. But with bowling, no. The high score means you're good. So it's simple. Life is simple.
Yeah. I would have. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just fun, go out with your friends, have a guys' night or girls' night or friends' night out, go bowling, have a nice time.
Yeah, it's just it's a fun sport to play with people, so.
Yes. And the bowling alley that I go to, they have really good fries.
Oh, yeah. But they're really darn expensive, too. That's the only downside to it.
Yes. Expensive. I mean, if you have money, they're good.
Worth it. Or if you're not paying for them.
If you're not paying for them, yes, definitely worth it. Everything's worth the no work. If you can get something without having to do work, you always take that opportunity. Don't pass it down. All right. Now, Kevin, what are your views on sweet tea?
Ooh, sweet tea. I think that sweet tea is the best type of tea. If you're drinking unsweet tea, then there's something wrong with you.
Exactly. Like, why would you drink unsweet tea? Like, I don't understand.
That's just like eating coffee beans if you like coffee.
Yes.
That's like eating leaves if you're. I don't know. I have to say, sweet tea is the only good type of tea.
It is like there's all this like mint tea and like green tea. Like no, sweet tea.
And there's like sweet tea that's like peach sweet tea, raspberry sweet tea, but it's still sweet tea.
Yeah, like why does it make it so complicated? Like, come on.
All right, so what is your view on pizza? What is your favorite type of pizza?
Ooh, thin crust, all cheese. I know. I'm not a very colorful, creative guy. Just give me plain cheese, small crust, and I'll be happy.
Oh, I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one. I like a pizza that has a whole ton of sauce, just like a ton of sauce.
So you just want dough and marinara. Like, so if I had to make you pizza, I could just make you I could just slap some dough on a plate, put a mountain of marinara sauce on it, and you'd be happy.
Well, I mean, I'm fine with the thin crust. I don't really like thick crust, but like I do like the marinara. I like some sauce in my pizza.
Yes, don't get lost in the sauce though. That's what all the kids say these days.
No ketchup.
No ketchup.
Just sauce.
What? No ketchup. Makes sense. So Kevin, what is your views on life in general? Let's get philosophical here.
All right, it's philosophical hour, everybody. The hour or a few minutes where we talk about philosophy.
Exactly.
So my philosophy on life is that it's okay. I mean, you got your ups, you got your downs.
You got your bigs, you got your smalls. I mean, yeah, it's very deep. A picture on the wall once said that the person who lived the most isn't the one with the many years, but the richest experiences. I really took that beneath the skin, It's somewhere better.
Yeah, you lagged out a bit at the front of that, but that sounded pretty good. Sounded pretty philosophical.
With a robotic voice, yes.
Philosophical, I think, is the right way to say it.
Is how you pronounce it. Yeah. All right. I agree with you on your views of life.
So I also think some people just say to live life to the fullest, but if you always live life to the fullest, then what about the times that you're not living life to the fullest? You gotta think about all the time.
Yeah, you could be doing something amazing, but you'll never know if it's to the fullest. There's no end to what you could be doing.
Yeah, you could be doing something very helpful, but then what would happen if you didn't do something helpful? So you're not fully living your life. There's no way you can do that because then
no.
Yeah.
No way. You could be doing something helpful for your community, but what if you don't what if you're doing something helpful for your community, but then 2 seconds later the entire community gets blown up? Yeah. But if you didn't do that helpful thing, everyone was fine. Think about that.
Yep, that could definitely happen. I see that
Could
happening.
happen. I see that happening in a future film.
So, what is your views on like video games? What is your favorite type of game?
Video games for all them children out there. This podcast is for you. We'll get into the exciting part.
Yep.
So, video games. Well, I'm a really big fan of open world games. You know, like Just Cause, Far Cry, Minecraft. Those are pretty good games. I think my favorite out of all of them. Oof, that's hard. It's hard. I'm gonna say my favorite games are Minecraft, Just Cause, Far Cry, and Halo.
Halo.
Those are pretty good games. Yes.
Those are good games. Like, I'm gonna have to agree with you on a lot of that. The open world games, just, I mean, it allows you to do whatever you want. It's awesome.
Like, I don't like people who don't like open world games. I don't understand. You just have so much freedom. I mean, that's why I think in the future all video games will be open world because they're just the funnest types of games.
Yeah, I think, and I think video games these days are starting to like realize that open world games are the best. You're seeing a lot more of them.
Yes.
I also like multiplayer games that are like not exactly open world, but games you can just play with your friends. You know, stuff like that.
Ah, yeah. Those are pretty cool. Like, competitive multiplayer like Overwatch and Call of Duty. Those types.
Yeah, I do like those games. I think those, and like also Rocket League, I have to say is pretty good. But
Ah, yes.
just games you can play with your friends online, really.
So any multiplayer game, those are your favorite.
Yeah, I'd have to say that. But I also really like open world games. If they're single player, that's my favorite type of single player game.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that. So, what game are you anticipating? Like, what is the game you're most excited about coming out this year?
I'm gonna have to say I don't know if it's coming out this year. I haven't done too much research about it, but it's Cyberpunk 2077, I think it's called.
Ah, yes, I've heard about that one. That one's pretty cool. I'm excited for that one too. I would get it, but computer cannot run it, sadly. But one I am excited about is Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I know what you're thinking. That came out in like 2004, but I mean, it's a new one. It's a new one.
Yeah, I heard about that. Is it like just the same name too?
Yeah, it's just the same name. It's like a reboot, pretty much.
Oh. Well, yeah, I haven't really got into most
Because
of the
Captain
Call of Duty
Price.
games.
Yeah, Captain Price is returning. I do not think so is returning though, which is sad. But I'm really excited for it. Like the last COD games were very on the bad side. This one though, it looks like they're turning around. They're turning over a new leaf.
Oh yeah. Well, again, I don't really have too much knowledge about the Call of Duty games, but
Yeah.
I mean, every once in a while I play it at a friend's house, and that's pretty fun.
Yeah. So, what are your views on ASMR?
I think I actually kind of like it. You know, I don't really think it's creepy most of the time, unless like it's a man. Like, no offense to them, but it's a little too creepy for me, right?
I know, like, why are men doing ASMR? That should not be allowed.
Well, for me at least, like, I mean, for other people it might be okay. I think my first ever experience with that was like a guy scraping his beard, and I was like, wow, that gives me tingles.
Yes, very nice.
So yeah, so every once in a while I'll watch a video and then I'll be like, wow, that gives me tingles, you know.
Yes.
Well, it was very relaxing for me, at least.
I mean, I've seen a couple ASMR videos. They never given me tingle sensation everyone's talking about. I mean, I don't know. It just never worked with me.
Yeah, I mean, I think the reason a lot of people don't get it is because they're thinking too much about it and they're like excited about it. You gotta be like super relaxed whenever you're watching the video, and like, I don't know, you know.
Okay, yeah.
Cause like whenever I watched like the first one, I had no idea what it was. I was just like on YouTube, and then, you know, it sort of just happened, and I thought it was cool.
I discovered it through the Odd Ones Out video. That was.
And I do have to agree, some of them are extremely creepy and just weird.
Yes.
Like, you just gotta like.
You just gotta somehow find.
Yeah, you gotta find the perfect one, really. But yeah.
Well, what other topic shall we discuss today?
Let's talk about magic tricks. Have you ever been fooled by like a really good magic trick?
When I was really little, yes, you could show anything to me and I'd believe it. Nowadays, I ask all the questions after one shows me. When someone shows me magic trick, I don't know.
You're very skeptical.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I would have to agree with you on that. Sometimes, whenever I was little, I definitely got fooled by them. But now, magic tricks are sort of lame because you can figure them out pretty easily.
Yeah, but magic tricks in movies, I don't know, they just make them really good.
Yeah. Speaking of movies, what is your favorite type of movie?
Ooh, my favorite type of movie. I love comedy and horrors. Those are my favorite types.
Comedy and horrors, like.
Yes.
Is there any movie that just puts those both together? Like a movie that perfectly has those?
With comedy and horror?
Yeah.
I don't really think there's...
That'd be hard to do, yeah.
Yeah. There are movies like that, but they have not done... Like, the movie called Scary Movie. That's a comedy horror, and that one did not do well, I've heard.
Scary Movie?
Yeah, it's a little movie called Scary Movie.
Oh, wow, I've never heard about that.
Yeah, that one did not do well, apparently. You can tell because it's on Netflix.
Oof.
Maybe we should watch it sometime, I don't know.
Okay, we can. I watched the Scary Movie tonight.
Nice.
So, like, on Netflix, how come Netflix is known for, like, only having shows that not very many people like, and then having, like, very little shows that a lot of people like?
I have no idea, really. It could be some weird money-making scheme that does not make sense to us.
Hey, we're just gonna make. We're gonna only have documentaries on Netflix. Right? We can make more money.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah. And what's your views on like Disney Plus, their streaming software? What do you think about that?
Oh yes, I've heard of that coming out, and I'm actually very excited for it because it's gonna have like a lot of my favorite shows, like Phineas and Ferb's gonna be on it, Wizards of Waverly Place is gonna be on it, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. All of my kids shows that I used to love watching are gonna be on there, and I can watch them again. And all the Star Wars are gonna be on there, and yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to it. I think when Disney Plus comes out, I'll be switching from Netflix to Disney Plus. That's just my opinion, though. What do you think about it?
I think I might actually do that too because, I mean, Netflix is nice and all. They have a few good shows and a lot of good documentaries for the old people out there. But Disney Plus, since Disney has made so many shows, I think it'd be awesome to switch over to that. But then again, that's another streaming service they have to pay monthly for, and there's so many of those out there. You got like Amazon, Hulu, and a whole ton of them. Yeah.
Like, it was funny because back in the day, everyone had cable, but when streaming services came out, it was cheaper just to get a streaming service and buy cable. Now it's cheaper to get cable than have a streaming service because all these companies jumped on the bandwagon that Netflix did. So now...
You have to get so many.
Yeah. Because, like, now, like, all these shows, like, a BBC or the people who made The Office, they were making their own streaming service, and they're taking The Office off of Netflix. And all these companies who had their movies on Netflix are taking their movies off of Netflix to have their own streaming services. So Netflix is kind of just left
with nothing, you know?
Yeah. Maybe that's why they have all the bad movies, because those companies that made the bad movie, Netflix accepted them, but they didn't want to take them off because then no one will see their movie otherwise.
Yeah, that's a good
Other
point.
shows.
So, what is your view on the TV show Phineas and Ferb? I know you're talking about it.
Phineas and Ferb, don't get me started on how awesome that show is. That has to be one of the greatest child or kid shows in the world. Like, I talked to some people, some fellow children, and they say that they do not like the show. Hello.
Hello, Grady. I decided to move seats maybe for a better view.
All right, that's fine. So I'm just going to. We're sitting very close. Just okay. Anyway, so I've talked to some other children, and they said they hate the show, but I think it's because they do not understand the humor. Because Phineas and Ferb had some pretty mature-ish humor for all ages, and it was some of the jokes were geared to older children, and so that is why I feel like I loved it because I understand the humor. I think that's where I get my humor from today. Is Phineas and Ferb. It is an amazing show.
Oh yeah, I'd have to agree with that, and that the type of humor that it has is just. I mean, some of it appeals to younger children, but a lot of it it's hidden and it's just really funny.
Yeah.
To older kids, and I like that show.
Yeah, but I mean, the writers for it were so creative because with the plot, I understand two brothers trying to find a fun way to spend summer, but who invented this side plot with their pet platypus fighting this evil scientist every day, and he works for a secret organization
that is so awesome.
It's like the Phineas and Ferb's plot can be divided into two shows. One show could have them find a way to spend summer because just that plot alone, if Perry the Platypus wasn't in it, it'd still be interesting-ish because all the cool things Phineas and Ferb build, and it still could be cool, but and also Perry the Platypus and Dr. Doofenshmirtz, that could be its own TV show with the organization and stuff.
Oh yeah.
It can separate into two different shows and still be interesting, but they just have them into one show and it just fits beautifully.
Yeah, I think everything about that show is awesome.
Yes.
So you can be watching Phineas and Ferb build something, and it'll cut to Perry the Platypus, and then when you go back to them, they'll be finished building the thing, and it always just wraps up into a perfect show. I really like that show.
Yes, it's an amazing show. So, what is your opinion on Psych? That is also a good show.
That is a very good show. I think it's very underrated or underknown for what it is. I haven't met too many people that know a lot about it, but yeah, it's a really good show, and I think more people should see it and more people should watch it. So definitely go check that out if you haven't seen it. Yes, I totally agree. I totally believe Psych is such an underrated show because it's a super creative show, and you don't see those very much nowadays. Just in a way, it's a lot like Phineas and Ferb, how it has several different plots going on at once, Yeah, exactly. It's very cool. One time I watched the first episode and the last episode to see how everything improved, and yes, it was very nice. Did everything change dramatically, or were you surprised? The camera quality changed dramatically. In the first episode, for some reason it had a yellow tint, if you've noticed. Yeah. But yeah, you can tell they got a little bit better budget as the show went on. Yeah. It gained popularity. Yeah, it did gain popularity. And I think also, and it's also a very funny show. I think the writers were also very creative. Yep. Yes. I think a lot of what makes a show is definitely the writers. I think the writers have a lot to do with it. Yeah. And the acting definitely helps. Oh, welcome. Welcome to our podcast. Would like to tell us how it's like on the field? One more. All right, so goodbye. All right. That's fine. Well, random guy just entered the podcast room. We need to get a security system. Yeah, it's sort of just an open. The door is always unlocked and it says "Come in" on the outside. It's very inconvenient. Not secure at all. Nope. So Gosh, I was gonna ask you something, but that guy, he literally made
No.
me forget everything.
He totally ruined the moment. I will be suing.
Me too, yeah. I'll sue him for what he's done.
Yes.
So what is your, like, favorite type of food? All-time favorite?
All-time favorite, pasta. Pasta, Italy, they are amazing.
Like, what type of pasta we talking? We got, like...
Like lasagna.
White sauce or red sauce or...
Lasagna, Alfredo, pasta with red sauce, just pretty much almost every type of like pasta I'm a fan of.
Alright, so like, what about like fettuccine Alfredo? What about
That's
that?
very nice. I also like stuffed rigatoni, and yes, lots of things are very nice.
Yep, I mean, pasta is definitely one of my all-time favorites, but I think it's just because it's so unhealthy. I think that's why, because a lot of people just like talk about pasta and stuff and go, that's unhealthy, and I'm like, that's why it's good. Come on.
Exactly. Yeah. Nothing healthy is ever. No one's ever said that before. Like the vegetables that taste good, there's something done to them.
Yeah. Like
most of the vegetables.
broccoli, you just dip it in ranch and then it tastes okay. I mean.
Yes, and the ranch isn't good for you, so it's all symbolical.
So like the vegans talking about how good their food is whenever like cook it at home and stuff. I think that's just a scam. I think they're trying to like tell us to be vegan, but I don't want to be vegan. That doesn't.
Nope.
It definitely doesn't taste good.
It does not sound like a fun way to live. I need my meats. I need my bacons.
Yep, me too. So what is your favorite action movie out of all the action movies?
Action movies. There are a lot of good action movies. I'm a fan of Die Hard.
Die Hard. I've never heard about that one. What's it about?
Oh, it's about that's these terrorists who like take over they take over like a building and hold everyone hostage. And this one guy in there is in the building, but he wasn't taken hostage, and so he's like trapped in the building fighting off the terrorists.
Oh, so like everybody's hostage in a room and he's like the superhero or whatever that
Yes.
kills everybody?
Yep.
Or all the bad guys at least, yeah.
Yeah, it's very nice. And also Air Force One and Speed. And what else? Top Gun.
Oh, yeah. I've heard about that one. But to be honest with you,
And?
I've not watched very many action movies myself. I don't really watch too many movies, honestly.
I watch movies a lot. I've seen a lot of good movies. I've seen so many I forget half of them. But yeah, most of those movies though, like if you've noticed, a lot of the action movies are just like Die Hard. Like Air Force One, like Die Hard is a terrorist taking over like this little like tall building. Air Force One is the same thing but on a plane.
Oh, so like there's like one good movie and then everything else is sort of off-brand, but still okay.
They're still good, but they're like kind of off brands of each other. Cause Die Hard is like one of the like best action movies. It's like kind of what like, let's say, popularized the genre. I guess it's a really good one, and it kind of set the plot for like, cause like the plot of it is great for an action movie when you think about it. So like a lot of other like movie companies tried to replicate that, but just put it in a different setting, like which is cool. Like that plot on a plane, it makes cool things. And like Speed is basically Die Hard on a bus. So yeah,
it's like one really good plot, and then everybody else sort of like adds to it a little bit or edits it in a way.
yeah, but they're all still really good movies.
So, do you have anything else to say before we go?
I do not. I just want to say that I hope the viewers enjoyed this, and we shall see them next time.
Yep. Thank you guys for joining us on our podcast, and thanks to the person that let us use their loft. Very nice place.
Yes, very nice person, very nice place. That's all I got to say.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
All right, goodbye.